welcome to my desk. Today I'm going to be drawing an episode of SpongeBob SquarePants. Okay. I'm sweating. It's really hot in here. I kind of want to do something a little bit different today than what I normally do. So there's this one episode of SpongeBob that I really like, and I just watched it recently, and I just picked out a few screenshots from that episode that I want to draw today. And I don't really know. I mean, I might just describe the episode to you, but we'll see. So I'm going to start with this one image, like near the beginning of the episode, and I'll put the reference on the screen. So this episode begins with SpongeBob waking up in the morning on a Sunday. And it's revealed that SpongeBob has a tradition of eating an ice cream sundae on Sundays for breakfast. But the problem is that he doesn't have any of the ingredients for an ice cream sundae. So he improvises. He does find cherries and bananas, but I guess he doesn't like those. So he uses onions and rotten peanuts and ketchup instead of the traditional ingredients, which I guess he enjoyed because in this shot you can tell he has this sort of satisfied look on his face. And he's completely oblivious to the fact that he has incredibly bad breath. And so that is kind of, the inciting incident of this episode. And poor SpongeBob, he's such a good person and he has such a kind heart. But sometimes he doesn't really realize, the obnoxious things that, or the things that other people might find distasteful. I do think that is probably one of the reoccurring themes of the series in general. That he has a very good heart, and his heart is in the right place, but he can often misread the room, or not read the room at all. So this is definitely one of those moments, and as soon as he steps out of the kitchen, his first victim is his pet snail, Gary. And Gary becomes, all twisted up. He twists, literally, his eyes go in a tangle from the horrible smell. And one of the reasons why I chose this particular image, besides the fact that I thought it looked really funny, is because it is from a maybe slightly more difficult perspective says hello to this mailman. I love how he has this like widened nostril, as if to really absorb the full potential of the smell. And that look of shock and awe on his face is also pretty funny to me. I do think that SpongeBob in general has been a very influential show. Just when it comes to my own sense of humor. I think that's pretty true for a lot of people in my generation, but I just thought, I should say that. And what's funny, about this this scene is that the mailman then shatters into a bunch of different pieces, and there's another smaller fish inside that then shatters and becomes an even smaller fish. And I think he runs away after that. I'm not sure. Maybe that one just shatters too. Alright, so that was the mailman. I'm really sweaty right now, sorry if you can tell. Alright, there's one more picture from that episode that I want to draw. And it is the scene kind of towards the end of the episode where SpongeBob and Patrick go to the movies. And at this point in the episode, Patrick has convinced SpongeBob that the reason he has not, or that the people have been avoiding him, is because he's ugly. Because Patrick doesn't have any sense of smell. So he's unaware that SpongeBob's breath stinks. And so they go to the movies, and people are responding similarly to before. And SpongeBob becomes really self-conscious, and Patrick becomes defensive, and starts, grabbing SpongeBob and forcing him in front of everybody, shouting, "Look at it, look at it, look at it. I want you to look at it." And I have to say that for me and my cousin growing up, that was definitely one of our vocal stems. We would definitely always repeat that line to each other and laugh. But yeah, so everybody runs out of the theater because of the smell. And Patrick ends up eating some of the leftover sundae that gave SpongeBob the bad breath, and he starts noticing people responding to him the same way, and he starts to think that it's because he's caught SpongeBob's ugliness, as if it was contagious. But because SpongeBob can smell, he realizes that hope you like this one. Let me know in the comments if you've seen this episode, or, tell me about an episode you liked, if you watched SpongeBob or not. And I will see you in the next one.